Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to my project management lecturers, SR Dr. Muzani bin Mustafa and Associate Professor SR Dr. Razali bin Abdul Hamid. Today, me, Muhammad FITRI bin APANDI, and my group members consisting of Joel Tin Wei Hong, NURUL IZZANI binti OTHMAN, CHIA, CHEONG and Jenny Y Kaizin will be presenting about how decision trees are applied in a company decision making by proposing 3 problems and solutions. First of all, let me explain about operational research. Operational research, or also known as operation research, can be defined in general, practical point of view, and organizational point of view. Generally, operational research is an interdisciplinary branch of applied mathematics and formal science that uses advanced analytical methods. From practical point of view, operational research is an art of optimization, whereas it is something that helps management achieve its goals by using or applying the scientific process from organizational point of view. Examples of operational research include mathematical modeling, statistical analysis, and mathematical optimization. The purpose and objective of operational research is to arrive at optimal or near optimal solutions in complex decision-making problems, forecasting, to increase profit or minimize loss, production scheduling, inventory control, capital budgeting, and to handle risks. Moving on to the advantages of operational research. Firstly, it helps in making effective decisions. Operational research makes faster and better decisions where it increases number of options. It assesses risks and outcomes as well. Secondly, operational research resulting to better coordination. It gathers all decisions from various levels of management and organizational department. Thirdly, operational research facilitates control, where operational research maintain control over subordinates and help in determining essential tasks. It also establishes work standards. Last but not least, operational research improves productivity. That is all from me. I will pass to T. for further explanation on decision tree.
Thank you, Fitri. I will continue with decision tree analysis. Decision trees are useful tools for helping to choose between several courses of action. They provide a highly effective structure which we can explore options and investigate the possible outcome of choosing the option. They also help to form a balanced picture of the risk and reward associated with each possible course of action. This makes them particularly useful for choosing between different strategy, projects, or investment opportunity when resources are limited. There are 4 types of knot in decision tree analysis, which are decision knot, leaf knot, chance knot, and end knot. Next, I will explain about how to build a decision tree. Firstly, start a tree, drawing a rectangle near the left edge of the page to represent the first knot. In this rectangle, write the first question, main idea or criteria that will lead to decision. Secondly, add branch. For every possible alternative, draw a separate line that begins at the knot and move away toward the right of the page. Then add leaf. The bulk of the decision tree will be leaf knot. At the end of each branch, add a leaf knot. Fill each of these leaf knot with another question or criteria. Next, add more branches. Repeat the process of adding a branch for each possible alternative leading from a leaf. Label each branch just as before. Step 5 and step number 6 is complete the decision tree and terminate a branch. Continue adding leaf and branch until every question of criteria had been resolved and an outcome had been reached. Lastly, consult with all stakeholders to verify accuracy. In this page, I will talk about advantages and disadvantages of decision tree. First advantages is flexibility. Decision tree are flexible to handle items with a mixture of real value and categorical feature and items with some missing features. Second, decision tree output is very easy to understand even for the people from non-analytical background. The last benefit is comprehensive nature. The decision tree is the best predictive model as it allows for a comprehensive analysis of the consequence of each possible decision. For disadvantages of decision tree, complexity. Large tree that include dozens of decision nodes can be convoluted and may have limited value. The more decisions there are in a tree, the less accurate the expected outcome. Next, it generally leads to overfitting of the data, which ultimately lead to wrong prediction. Due to the overfitting, there are very high chance of high variance in the output, which lead to many errors in the final estimation and show high accuracy in the result. Alright, next I will pass to Jenny to explain case study. Thank you.
Thank you, Chai. For the case study, we have interviewed a contractor, IZZA from Holdings RTC to learn about how he had utilized the decision tree techniques in resolving the problems faced in the project Penambang Baikkan Masjid Jami Al-Ikhwan in Perak. The first problem faced by IZZA is about choosing the best subcontractor among 4 subcontractors to install the various plumbing services. As shown in the table, the bidding price of subcontractor A is Rm99,000 with 50% possibility to complete the work with 60 days of delay. Second, the bidding price of subcontractor B is 125,000 ringgit with 40% possibility to complete the work with 15 days of delay. Thirdly, the bidding price of subcontractor C is Rm159,000 with 25% possibility to complete the work with 40 days of delay. And fourthly, the bidding price of subcontractor D is Rm190,000 with 10% possibility to complete the work with 13 days of delay. IZZA found that the subcontractor with higher bidding price has higher reliability to complete the work on time, whereas the subcontractor with lower bidding price has higher possibility of delay. For this project, the agreed amount of LAT is Rm820. It means that IZZA will have to pay Rm820 for every day of delay. The main objective of IZZA is appointing the best subcontractor here is to minimize the cost. IZZA used the decision tree from out of the 4 subcontractors and their respective bidding price, possibility of delay, and day of delays. With that, the estimated cost for all possible outcomes is calculated. For example, if the subcontractor A completes the project on time, then the estimated cost will be just the bidding price Rm99,000 as shown in Note 1. If the subcontractor A completes the work with 60 days of delay, then we add the LAD amount of Rm820 times 60 days to the bidding price and we will get the estimated cost for Note 2, which is Rm148,200. The same calculation method goes to subcontractor B, C, and D. After the estimated cost for all possible outcomes are calculated, IZZA found that they should appoint subcontractor A because subcontractor A has the lowest bidding price and lowest estimated cost from both possible outcomes. If IZZA appoints subcontractor A, the cost will be either Rm99,000 or Rm148,200. Even if the project experiences late delivery, IZZA will only need to pay Rm148,200, which is still a lower price compared to the bidding price and estimated cost of the other 3 subcontractors as shown in the decision tree. Next, my friend Joa will explain about the second problem faced by the contractor.
Thank you, Jenny. Now, I'll discuss about decision tree used by IZZA for the problem 2. This decision tree is about buy or rent the multipurpose excavator. The firm has allocated a sum of 10,000 ringgit per week for the multipurpose excavator and has been considering on whether to lease or purchase the plant. The table shows below the rates of buys and lease of multipurpose excavator. The slide is calculation for buying a multipurpose excavator. Note that if IZZA buy the plants he will need to include maintenance costs to ensure the continued use of excavator. For purchase plants, the expected lifetime is about 5 years. Besides, high reliability and low reliability is evaluated on seller or renter reputation, which they provide whether good or lower standard quality of plants. So let's start. For purchasing, I'll take note 1 for example. The reliability percentage times purchase cost, divide by 5 years and divide by 12 months per year, and divide by 4 weeks per month. And don't forget that we need to add maintenance costs. So the maintenance cost per week times with total duration of construction, which is about 20 weeks. Then we get the actual cost of purchasing. Then, continue with note 2, calculations. Later, we add together note 1 and note 2 and compare to the firm allocation, which is 10k ringgits per week. This slide is calculated for renting plant. Since it's only rent, the maintenance cost will be borne by renter. So let's take note 3 and examples for calculations. We calculate by percentage reliability times with rent cost per week and times with total duration for renting. Later, we add up note 3 and note 4 and we get note B. So the conclusion here is the promoting entity will choose to lease which is note B because it's not exceeding than 10k allocations. Now I'll pass to IZZA to explain on problem 3.
Thank you, Jawad. Now, I will explain on the third problem, which is caused by subcontractor. Roofing work subcontractor had to delay their work because of some problems occurred by their workers. Perunding IZZA suggests 2 options to the contractor to avoid them from being penalized. The subcontractor needs to choose either to change or improve the quantity of workers they hired or extend the working hours of workers and pay for overtime. If the subcontractor decides to increase the number of workers, the wage for workers will increase from 4,250 ringgit to 5,330 ringgit and the probability work could finish on time is 0.6. Meanwhile, if the subcontractor decides to extend work hours, the wage for manpower is estimated to increase to 4,980 ringgit and the probability they could finish on time is 0.7. However, productivity of the workers will decrease if they choose to extend the work hours of their workers. To calculate by using a decision tree, we need to times the probability of each alternative with the total cost of roof work after adding the alternative cost. For note C, we get 14,598 ringgit. For note D, we get 9,732 ringgit. And for note E, we get 16,786 ringgit. And lastly, for note F, we get 7,194 ringgit. The total cost for note A is 24,330 ringgit. And total cost for note B is 23,980 ringgit. In conclusion, the subcontractor should choose to extend the work hours of their workers. It is because the cost for workers to work overtime is lower than adding more workers to the project, and the probability it could finish on time is higher. Now, I will pass to Wing to explain about the conclusion.
Okay, thank you, IZZA. Next, I will explain about the usage of decision tree. Firstly, it assesses prospective growth opportunities. One use of decision trees is to evaluate prospective growth opportunity for business based on historical data. Secondly, decision tree find prospective client by using demographic data. They can assist in streamlining a marketing budget and making informed decisions about the target market on which the business is focused. Thirdly, decision tree also serve as a support tool in several fields. Lenders can also use decision tree to predict the likelihood of a customer defaulting on a loan by generating predictive models based on clients' past data. To avoid losses, lenders can use a decision tree support tool to evaluate a customer's creditworthiness. Fourthly, decision trees are also useful in operation research for logistic planning and strategic management. They can aid in the development of appropriate strategies that will assist a company in meeting its objective. In conclusion, decision tree is very important in determining the best solution to a problem. Decision tree provide a highly effective structure within the option and investigate the possible outcome of choosing those options, and also provide a framework to quantify the value of outcome and the probabilities of achieving them. Decision tree also help to form a balanced picture of the risks and rewards associated with each possible course of action. We were able to perform the basic calculation to investigate how our decision could be made using the assumed figure. The best outcome from the various solutions can be compared. In my opinion, adding more data allows the data to tell for itself, rather than relying on assumption and weight correlation. Presence of more data result in better and accurate models. Having more data will make it easier for you to determine expected value and analyze solution based on numbers. That's all for our group presentation. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.